Information System Security. Intended learning outcomes. Evaluate information systems susceptible to misuse, mistake, and destruction. Determine the importance of security and control to businesses. Discuss the framework for corporate security and control. Identify the technologies and tools most crucial for protecting information resources. Information system security is the practice of protecting computer systems, networks, and sensitive information from unauthorized access, use, disclosure, disruption, modification, or destruction. It involves a range of technologies, policies, and procedures designed to ensure the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information. With the increasing reliance on digital systems for business operations and communication, information systems security has become a critical concern for organizations of all sizes and types. System vulnerability and abuse. What would happen if you attempted to connect to the internet without using antivirus or a firewall? In a matter of seconds, your computer would become inoperable and it would take you many days to get it back. If you relied on the computer to operate your company, a breakdown may prevent you from selling to clients or placing orders with suppliers. Additionally, you can discover that strangers broke into your computer system and stole or destroyed sensitive data, including private payment information from your clients. Your company may never be able to function if too much data is lost or leaked. In other words, if you run a firm today, security and control must be your top priorities. Information systems are protected against illegal access, modification, theft, and physical damage by rules, procedures, and technology safeguards. To assure the security of the company's asset, the accuracy and dependability of its records, and operational conformity to management standards, controls are techniques, rules, and organizational processes. Why systems are vulnerable. Data that are kept in digital form are much more vulnerable than those kept in physical form. Any access point in the network has the potential to allow access, misuse, or fraud. Apart from intentional attacks, there are considerable instances wherein digital data may be lost. Internet vulnerabilities. Because they are essentially accessible to everyone, large public networks, like the internet, are more susceptible than internal networks. Because of how big the internet is, when abuses do happen, they may be very widely felt. The information systems of the companies are even more open to outside interference when the internet is integrated into the business network, because they utilize fixed internet addresses where they can't be clearly recognized. Computers that are continually connected to the internet through cable modems or digital subscriber line links are more vulnerable to intrusion by outsiders. Hackers have a definite target when they have a set internet addresses. If it does not operate through a secure private network, telephone service based on internet technologies is more susceptible than the switch voice network. The majority of voice over IP data on the open internet is not secured, making conversations listenable to anybody with the network. By overloading VoIP systems with fake traffic, hackers may eavesdrop on conversations or stop phone service. The prevalence of email, instant messaging, and peer-to-peer file sharing applications has further raised vulnerability. Emails might include attachments that act as entry points for dangerous malware or unapproved access to private company networks. Employees have the ability to spend private customer information, financial information, and valuable trade secrets to unauthorized individuals through email. Text messages sent over the open internet may be intercepted and read by other parties because most consumer IM software do not employ a secure layer. In rare circumstances, online instant messaging may be exploited as backdoor into an otherwise secure network. Peer-to-peer networks, such as those used for illicit music sharing, may be used to spread dangerous software or expose data on both private and public computer. Wireless security challenges. Is it secure to connect to a wireless network in a public place like an airport, library, or other, depending on how careful you are, due to the ease with which radio frequency bands may be scanned. Even your home's wireless network is at risk. Networks connected through Bluetooth and Wi-Fi may also be hacked by snoopers. The 802.11 standard for local area networks makes them vulnerable to intrusion by outsiders using laptops, wireless cards, external antennas, and hacking tools. These tools are used by hackers to find vulnerable networks, keep track of network activity, and sometimes get into business or internet networks. Stations can easily locate and hear another thanks to Wi-Fi transmission technology. A Wi-Fi network's access points are identified by service set identifiers, which are broadcast repeatedly and are readily captured by sniffer programs used by hackers. Many places lack even the most basic defenses against war driving, a technique wherein eavesdroppers attempt to collect wireless network communications while passing by building or parking outside. An attacker who has connected to an access point with a proper SSID is able to access additional network resource. The hacker might, for instance, access other users' computers' hard disks, see who else is logged in the network, and open or copy their data using the Windows operating system. Malicious softwares. Virus, worms, Trojan horse, and spyware. A virus is a type of malicious software designed to replicate itself and spread to other computers. A worm is a self-replicating type of malware that can spread over networks without the need for user interaction. A Trojan is malware that masquerades as legitimate software to trick users into installing it, enabling attackers to gain unauthorized access or steal data. Spyware is malicious software designed to collect data from a computer system without the user's knowledge or consent. Hackers and computer crime. A hacker is someone who wants to use a computer system without authorization. Spoofing and sniffing. Spoofing is a technique used by attackers to disguise their identity or impersonate a legitimate user or system in order to gain access to sensitive information. Sniffing is the act of intercepting and capturing network traffic to eavesdrop on communications between computer systems, potentially allowing attackers to access sensitive information such as password or other confidential data. Denial of service attacks. Denial of service attacks are cyber attacks that are designed to disrupt the availability of a computer system or network, making it inaccessible to legitimate users. Denial of service attacks can be launched by overwhelming the system with traffic, exploiting vulnerabilities in the system, or flooding it with requests. The goal of a denial of service attack is to prevent legitimate users from accessing the system, causing inconvenience, financial losses, or reputational damage to the targeted organization. Identity theft. Identity theft is a crime when a fraudster steals vital pieces of personal data, including social security numbers, license numbers, or credit card numbers in order to pose as someone else. Phishing is a type of cyber attack where attackers impersonate legitimate entities such as banks or online services to deceive individuals into revealing sensitive information like passwords, credit card numbers, or personal data. This is typically done through deceptive emails, messages, or websites that appear genuine, tricking victims into providing their information or clicking on malicious links that can lead to data theft, financial loss, or identity theft. Computer crime. Any criminal offense involving the use of computer technology for its commission, investigation, or prosecution. Click fraud is the malicious act of generating fake or invalid clicks on online ads, aiming to exhaust advertising budgets, manipulate metrics, or harm competitors. Cyberterrorism is the use of cyber attacks to cause fear, disruption, or harm for ideological or political reasons. Cyber warfare is the use of cyber tactics by nations to gain advantages, disrupt operations, or steal information from other nations. Internal threats. Employees. We often assume that security risks to a company come from outside the company. In reality, insiders at the firm may seriously compromise security. Employees often have unrestricted access to an organization's systems because they have access to sensitive data and because internal security controls are lax. According to studies, user ignorance is the main reason for network security breaches. Many workers let coworkers use their computer system passwords or forget their own, which undermines the system. Malicious users attempting to gain access to systems may sometimes coerce staff members into disclosing their passwords by posing as essential customers of the business. This method is referred to as social engineering. A significant source of mistakes that are brought into information systems involves both end users and information systems professionals. By inputting inaccurate data or failing to follow the correct procedures for processing data and using computer equipment, end users cause mistakes. As they design, build, and maintain new software or maintain current programs, information systems professionals may make software mistakes. Business value of security and control. Due to the fact that spending on security is not immediately correlated to sales income, many businesses are hesitant to do so. But safeguarding information systems is so vital to the running of the company that it merits further consideration. Businesses must safeguard their very valuable information assets. Systems often save private data on a person's finances, assets, health, and performance ratings at work. They will also include details on business operations such as trade secrets, plans for developing new products, and marketing tactics. Information regarding weaponry, intelligence activities, and military objectives may be stored in government systems. These information assets are very valuable, and if they are misplaced, destroyed, or get into the wrong hands, the results may be disastrous. Systems that stop working as a result of security flaws, natural calamities, or broken technology may have a long-lasting negative effect on a company's finances. According to some experts, if applications or data losses are not fixed within 3 days, 40% of organizations would not recover. Inadequate security and control might expose a company to significant legal risk. Businesses must safeguard all of their information assets, including those of their clients, staff members, and business partners. Failure to do so might expose the company to expensive legal action for data theft or disclosure. If a business neglects to take the necessary precautions to avoid the loss of sensitive information, data corruption, or privacy breach, the company may be held accountable for the unnecessary risk and damage generated. For instance, the U.S. Federal Trade Commission sued BJ's Wholesale Club for enabling hackers access to its network and stealing credit and debit card information for unauthorized transactions. BJ's was asked for $13 million by the banks who provided the cards with the stolen data so they could be reimbursed for paying cardholders fraudulent transactions. Thus, a strong security and control structure may provide a high return on investment by safeguarding firm information assets. Strong security and control can boost worker output and cut down on operating expenses. Legal and regulatory requirements for electronic records management. HIPAA, or the Health Insurance Profitability and Accountability Act of 1996. Sarbanes-Oxley Act. This protects the truth and integrity on financial information. Electronic evidence. Digital information collected and preserved for legal purposes, including emails, documents, Text messages and multimedia files used to support claims or establish facts. Computer forensics involves the identification, preservation, analysis, and presentation of digital evidence stored on computers or electronic devices for investigative or legal purposes. Establishing a framework for security and control. Your information systems won't be dependable and secure, even with the greatest security solutions, unless you know how and where to install them. You'll need to be aware of the risk facing your business and the controls that are necessary to safeguard your information systems. Additionally, you must create a security strategy and contingency measures in case your information systems fail to function. Information Systems Control. Software controls monitor the use of system software and prevent unauthorized access of software programs, system software, and computer programs. Hardware controls ensure that computer hardware is physically secure and check for equipment malfunction. Organizations that are critically dependent on their computers must also make provisions for backup or continued operation to maintain constant service. Computer Operations Control oversee the work of the computer department to ensure that program procedures are consistently and correctly applied to the storage and processing of data. They include controls over the setup of computer processing jobs and backup and recovery procedures for processing that ends abnormally. Data security controls ensure that valuable business data files on either disk or tape are not subject to unauthorized access, change, or destruction while they are in use or in storage. Implementation controls audit the system development process at various points to ensure that the process is properly controlled and managed. Administrative controls formalize standards, rules, procedures, and control disciplines to ensure that the organization's general and application controls are properly executed and enforced. Application controls are particular controls that are specific to each computerized application, such order processing or payroll. They consist of both automatic and manual steps that guarantee that only permitted data are fully and correctly handled by that application. There are three types of application controls: input controls, processing controls, and output controls. Risk assessment.
The primary purpose of an IT risk assessment is to identify critical
Security policy. A security policy is a formal document that outlines an organization's guidelines, principles, and procedures for safeguarding its assets, information, and resources. It establishes the frameworks for implementing security controls, managing risk, and ensuring compliance with relevant regulations and standards. The security policy serves as a reference for employees, stakeholders, and partners, providing clear expectations and directions for maintaining a secure and protected environment. Disaster recovery planning and business continuity planning. Disaster recovery planning refers to the process of developing strategies, policies, and procedures to enable an organization to recover and resume critical business operations in the event of a significant disruption or disaster. Business continuity planning is the proactive process of creating strategies, policies, and procedures to ensure the continued operation of critical business functions during and after a disruptive event. The role of auditing. How can management know that the security and controls of the information systems are efficient? Organizations must carry out thorough and methodical audits to provide an answer to this issue. An MIS audit looks at both the controls over specific information systems and the company's broader security environment. Using automated audit tools, if necessary, the auditor should run tests and follow a sample transactions path through the system. Data quality may be examined during the MIS audit. Technology, processes, paperwork, training, and staff are all examined during security audits. To assess how the technology, information systems, and business people would react to an attack or catastrophe, a comprehensive audit will even mimic one. The audit rates and ranks each control weakness and calculates the likelihood that it will occur. The effect of each danger on the economy and the organization is then evaluated. Technologies and tools for protecting information resources. Businesses may secure their information resources using a variety of methods. Managing user identities, limiting illegal access to systems and data, maintaining system uptime, and assuring software quality are among the features they provide. Identity management and authentication. Each user is given a distinct digital identity for system access, and an identity management software simplifies the process of keeping track of all the users and their system's rights. A user has to be approved and authenticated before they can access a system. Examples of authentications are passwords, tokens, smart cards, and biometrics. Firewalls, intrusion detection systems, and antivirus software. Firewalls are security measures that filter and control network traffic to protect against unauthorized access and potential cyber threats. Intrusion detection systems are security tools that monitor network or system activity to detect and alert on potential unauthorized access or suspicious behavior. Antivirus and anti-spyware software. Antivirus software is a program that detects and removes malicious software, protecting computers and networks from malware threats. Anti-spyware software is a program designed to detect and remove spyware, which is a malicious software that secretly collects information about a user's activities without their consent. Unified Threat Management Systems. A Unified Threat Management or UTM systems are all-in-one security solutions that combine multiple security functions into a single platform, simplifying network protection and management. Securing wireless networks. Because its encryption keys are very simple to decipher, wired equivalent privacy or WEP, the first security standard created for Wi-Fi, is not particularly effective. But if users remember to activate it, WEP offers a little degree of protection. When accessing internal company data, businesses may further increase Wi-Fi security by combining it with virtual private network or VPN technology. The 802.11i protocol, which enables WEP with more secure security standards and is sometimes known as Wi-Fi Protected Access 2 or WPA2, was completed by the Wi-Fi Alliance Industry Trade Organization in June 2004. The new standard employs significant longer keys that are constantly changing rather than the static encryption keys used in WEP, making them more difficult to decipher. To guarantee that only authorized users access the network, it also uses an encrypted authentication system with a central authentication server. Encryption and public key infrastructure. Encryption transforms data into a secure and readable form using mathematical algorithms, providing a vital layer of protection against unauthorized access or interception. It ensures the confidentiality and integrity of sensitive information, mitigating the risk of data breaches and unauthorized disclosure. Public key encryption, also known as asymmetric encryption, is a cryptographic technique that uses two different keys, a public key and a private key, to encrypt and decrypt data. The public key is widely shared and used for encryption, while the private key remains secret and is used for decryption. Public key encryption enables secure communication and data exchange over insecure channels, as only the intended recipient with the corresponding private key can decrypt and access the encrypted data. Ensuring system availability. Controlling network traffic. Deep packet inspection. Controlling network traffic involves the use of deep packet inspection or DPI, a technique that examines the contents of data packets in a network to gain insights into the traffic and enforce security policies. Deep packet inspection analyzes the entire packet, including the header and payload, allowing for more granular examination and control based on the specific characteristics and content of the data. This technology enables network administrators to identify and manage different types of traffic, apply quality of service policies, detect and prevent network threats, and enforce access control measures to enhance network security and optimize network performance. Security outsourcing. Many firms, particularly small enterprises, lack the resources or knowledge necessary to independently offer a secure, high-availability computing environment. Many security tasks may be delegated to managed security services providers. Keep an eye on network activities and carry out vulnerability assessments and intrusion detection. Top managed security service providers include SecureWorks, BT Managed Security Solutions Group, and Symantec. Security issues for cloud computing and the mobile digital platform. Security in the cloud. Security in the cloud refers to the measures and practices implemented to protect data, applications, and infrastructure in cloud computing environments. It involves a combination of security controls, encryption, access management, threat detection, and compliance measures to safeguard information stored in and transmitted through cloud services. Cloud providers and users share responsibility for cloud security, with the provider responsible for securing the underlying infrastructure and users responsible for securing their data and configuring appropriate access controls. Implementing strong security practices in the cloud is essential to address potential risks and ensure the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of data resources. Securing mobile platform. Securing mobile devices involves protecting them from unauthorized access, data breaches, and malware threats through measures like passcodes, software updates, encryption, secure Wi-Fi, and mobile device management. Ensuring software quality. Ensuring software quality involves implementing processes and practices to systematically evaluate, test, and validate software products or applications to meet established quality standards. This includes activities such as requirements analysis, design review, code testing, debugging, and performance optimization. By ensuring software quality, organizations can enhance user satisfaction, minimize errors and vulnerabilities, improve reliability and performance, and deliver software products that meet customer expectations and industry standards. In conclusion, information system security is essential for protecting valuable assets, data, and operations from threats. By implementing robust security measures and promoting awareness, organizations can safeguard against unauthorized access, data breaches, and other security risks, ensuring the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information. Following are the use references. The book Advanced Management Information Systems, or MIS for ITE, Business and Allied Programs. And for the video, it is Securing Your Cybersphere, How to Perform a Cybersecurity Risk Assessment, Step-by-Step Guide.